Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I'm going to show you the Motion Raceworks operator shifter. This is available for the Turbo 400, Power Glide, and I believe the 4L80 is coming soon. It's available with or without air shifting, and with a ton of accessories, including some of my favorites like the billet cup holders and the colored handle inserts. This shifter caught my eye when it came out thanks to the slim design, the overall length only being 10 inches from here to here, and it also comes pre-wired with neutral and reverse switches, which is good for like reverse lights or a neutral safety switch. Also, this one is super easy to get the shifter cable in and out of if you want to, and it's easy to add the air shifter later on if you want to as well. I was previously using this winter shifter, and although it's a great budget option, some of the things that push me away from it are, one, the size of this console. It can be a pain to mount, especially in a small car, just due to this size. Another thing is getting the shifter cable in and getting this whole thing set in the console can be an absolute pain. It takes me almost 40 minutes to get the shifter either in or out because of it. And there's also not a lot of options for reverse light wiring. Where when you go to the operator shifter, you have adjustable feet mount that you can put in any of these holes, or you can switch it to a tube mount, and everything's just pretty much already done for you, and it solves a lot of those problems. This shifter is also one of the few that have a one-handed operation for the reverse lockout, which I'll demonstrate here. Another great thing about this shifter is that it comes with all the hardware and everything you need. So you get your mounting option. For mine, I picked the billet feet, and then it comes with all the bolts and lock nuts for that. It comes with the adapter that you mount the cable to on the transpan. And then it comes with the shift selector bracket, a swivel end for the cable, and the hardware to mount it. And then it also includes a, I believe, 6 or 7 foot, I think it's 6 foot shifter cable. Beginning the install, the very first thing I'm going to do is install the accessories, so the grip insert and the billet cup holders. They do include this drill template that just slides right in here and gives you the holes specifically where you need them for this to mount. I'm going to use an 11/64 drill bit and go ahead and drill through the shifter now. Now that we're finished making a mess, we're just going to take the template out and get rid of all the metal shavings, and then install these 2 screws into the inserts using a 1.5mm hex key. Moving on to the cup holder install. In your hardware kit, you should have 3 bolts that are a 1/4 inch longer. 2 of these big ones, these are used to mount the cup holder to the bracket. This bracket, and then your cup holders themselves. I'm going to move all this stuff out of the way, and we will get started on the install. The bolts we'll be removing are these 2 in the front, and this one right back here. Your cable mount is in the front here. It's going to go with the bolt facing down if you're coming back to this video because you forgot. So we'll start with our hex and get these bolts out. Okay, and now that all those bolts are tight, you're just going to flip this over, grab one of our cup holders, and use this Allen screw from the back. And these are a 7/32 hex key. Just make them nice and snug. And we're all set. So we have the grip insert in, we have the cup holders mounted, and the next step is going to be to mount it inside the car. I got the shifter mounted here. They do sell a tube bracket specifically for my car, but I haven't had a center console since I got the car, so not really what I was going for. So I did just use the feet mount. I used the 1st and 3rd hole just because my trans tunnel is shaped weird, and this thing is solid. It's not going anywhere, so I'm happy with that. Now we're going to install the cable and move on down to the transmission. So to install the shifter cable, you just shove the cable through the front and put in the retaining bolt down here, and then you're going to remove this little cat plug deal, and then down here on the 2nd hole you will shove a dowel through, which should be this one, and then you just reinstall that plug, and that's how you install the shifter cable. I got the shifter mounted back where it sits. I got the cable running down under the car to the transmission, and now we're going to install the shifter brackets and adjust the shifter. A couple tips for anybody doing this. If you have access to an old piece of carpet or something, I just have a rug from Walmart to lay on the ground. It's way better than laying on the cold concrete. And then the shifter bracket that we have is different than the one in the instructions. I ended up calling Motion Raceworks about it. So it looks like a boot. The side that says out is going to face out. And for a Turbo 400, we're going to use the hole labeled A, or the one closest to the toe. Okay, installing our shift selector bracket, we're going to make sure the side facing out is out. We're going to slide it down the shift shaft here and then retain it with the nut. For my transmission, it is a 14mm wrench, and we're just going to snug that up. It doesn't have to be like god-awful tight. Good right there. Okay, so now we're going to install our shifter cable bracket. It's going to go right here between these 2 bolt holes. We're actually going to take those ones out and replace them with the ones supplied in the kit. It's kind of hard to do one-handed, so I'll come right back after I'm done. Okay, I got my shift cable bracket all installed here, and we're going to start routing the cable through it. Mine comes out of the car just above the transmission in this plate, so we're going to do a nice coil around on this cord and then get it installed in there. Okay, I got my shifter cable all coiled up here and installed into this bracket. So this nut on the back is going to stay there, and then the other nut and washer you're going to have to take off to feed it through. And we're going to try to adjust this right to about the middle of the travel between the sides, and then we are going to go ahead and start adjusting and threading on our swivel end onto the cable. Okay, I have the shifter cable installed here and tight, and then I went ahead and put the swivel end on here and put one of the nuts on each side just to retain it. I have the shifter placed in neutral and the transmission placed in neutral, and what you're looking for is it to freely slip in and out with no hesitation, and you want to check that in every gear just to make sure you're not like in between gears on the transmission. Okay, and to wrap up this install, after you're sure it's free moving in every gear, is just to put your choice of retaining clip in. I use the quick clip. They also include a cotter pin, and that's going to be it for this shifter install. I'm really happy with this shifter and how it turned out. I do love how much thinner it is than the other one that I had, and I also love the fact that I have the cup holder. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, leave a comment. I'll see you guys in the next one. And now we're going to install the shifter brackets and adjust the shifter.